Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. You can probably tell what this video is going to be about today because it is massive. Now this is going to be a video where I haven't actually really tried this yet. I've unboxed it, I've put some stuff into it, and I think this could be probably the best product in terms of carrying airsoft replicas that is out there. Shout out to Gun Gamer's Airsoft channel. I'll put a link down below, but I was watching one of his videos and he actually talked about this. I've seen these before and I saw them get launched and I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. But I really like the Savior gun cases. Those are the ones that I really love. Very much smaller than this. They're not hard case. They're like a standard kind of like rifle bag, but very, very solid. And I'd seen these and I was like, oh, I like them, but they're expensive. You may be able to tell who makes it here. It's Magpul. And I decided not to buy one until I saw his video. When I saw his video and him saying, hey, I basically just throw everything in this thing and then take it to the airsoft field when I go and play, I was like, I kind of really, really want one. So this is the Magpul DAKA case, spelled D-A-K-A. It's the rifle hard case. And the big thing that's different with this is the organizer system that's inside. I'm going to open this up so we can see. I've just realized it's probably going to be quite hard to do this, and I might end up like smashing some stuff because this thing is heavy. I will just say, you can hear my gas can just went there. Anyway, so this is the inside of it. That's probably quite a good view for you guys. So this thing's really expensive. This is the long version. They do 3 lengths, like a short, a medium, and a long. This one's like $353, so very expensive. The medium is $313, and then the small one is $279. So it's not like scalable in terms of like the cost. I think I should have gone for the medium size. I'm just gonna say that now. This thing is massive, and I've got a fairly big car so I can fit it in there. But I do think some people are really gonna struggle. You're gonna have to put it lengthways. I think with the medium size one, you'll probably get 2 replicas in there. I mean, if you are running with like a sniper rifle, something that's longer, you may need the added length. But for me, normally I'm running like short ARs, you know, like you're maybe like 10-inch to 14-inch max. And then I'm running like smaller stuff than that as well. So I don't think I necessarily needed the size of this. However, it is kind of great. I always will take 2 replicas minimum to a field, normally at least 2, possibly 3. And what I do, which you may see in a previous video, is I've had a way now of getting my stuff there, which I don't do with my replicas because it's hard to do, but I just have one of those big like Plano cases. It's basically like a big dump case just with wheels on it, and you can wheel it. You can buy those from Amazon. I'll try and put a link to that below as well. But I can just throw my plate carrier, my helmet, all of my like bits, my gear, everything in there. And then just having that in one space just means I can wheel it in, wheel it out. I don't need multiple bags. I don't need to wonder which bag which is in. And I've been doing like individual rifle bags with my airsoft replicas. I was like, this would be kind of cool to do a similar thing. Now, the big thing that you'll notice with these are these blocks. Now, this is kind of cool. It's like a very it gives a bit the foam, but it's kind of like impacty. Like it's pretty solid. It's not really like very foamy. These are the blocks that it comes with. I've actually put an extra 2 packs in here. So it comes with a few of these blocks, but I've actually put a load more in because I was like, oh, I actually just want to be able to like play around. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to maybe lay out a couple of my replicas in here, and I'll like kind of show you guys how it looks. The top of this is this foam again, so that's kind of like compressing on top of the replica, and so that really, according to what I've seen, keeps it in place massively. This thing has got a handle here, which is pretty great. It's got 2 wheels at the end here. I'll show you these clasps that hold it down, but they're also just very, very solid. So that my plan for this basically is to kind of keep it, you know, all of my replicas in one box, all of my gear and other stuff in another. I have 2 boxes, one which is a long thin one which is a big like tub, and then I can just go to the field, grab 2 things, take them onto the field or into the safe zone, and then I've got like an area to lay out. In terms of the cost for, I've just got rid of my got rid of my mouse here. But in terms of cost for like the external bits, I'll show you now quickly what this looks like. So you can see here, this is the actual box. You can see here the price on this one's $353. There's a smaller one, which is $279, and then there is a medium one, which is like $313. So I would have probably gone for that one. Looking at it, you can see how big that one is there. The one that I've got is, see if it shows it next to a truck as well. That might be useful. No, it doesn't show it next to a truck, but you can see here the size of it. That's like a full-size sniper rifle. The other thing is you can kind of just like put stuff in there that's not just your replica. You can put in magazines, you can put in other stuff. And so you can buy extra bits of grid like this. And what I actually ended up getting was like a couple of these different extra pieces that you can put in there as extra packaging, but also a couple of containers. And so I'm going to get those out in a second. We'll have a look at those. But that's kind of what it looks like. I'll put a link down below so you can get that on Amazon where I live. You can get them pretty quickly. But I do live in a major city, so it may vary quite a bit depending on where you are. Let's open this. So I'll show you guys quickly how this works. But this, when you close it, if I can actually close it. So there's something sticking up here that's catching. No. You basically are just pushing this in like a little kind of catch, and it's locking in and clicking in. There's also then like a push piece to release, and then you're just doing it. I'll try and show you from the other angle when I've packed it up. But I thought, you know what? Let's use this opportunity to put some cool replicas, or what I think are cool replicas because they're mine, in there. We'll start off with, I think, the favorite for everyone right now, which is my KS1 KAC VFC, lots of 3-letter statement combos. So what I can do now though is I can put this into a different area. So maybe I'm going to start this one off up this end so that you guys can see it properly. But I don't need to worry as much about like my optics. I don't need to worry about like a lot of this stuff. And once I've got it set up for like one rifle, I can then, you know, use it multiple times. I can just pop it in and out. I'm not like reseating where it is, or I don't necessarily have to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move some of these. Sorry, I probably should have removed these blocks before and we could have done this that way. But I can just position it where I want it here. I probably wouldn't have the mag in it. I've just got that because that was what I was having before. But you can see, obviously, you can have some very expensive optics on here. You can have some expensive attachments. I don't want it shifting around on this 3D printed suppressor. So what I can do is maybe I'll grab one of these guys. That will fit quite nicely in there. Actually, I'll put it right down to the bottom so we've got space. Okay, so I'll put that there. I can put a long piece on top here just to keep that right there. I can do maybe this guy. What am I going to do? I might shift that up a little bit. Put this guy here, just so then that's kind of positioning that there. I can put one on top. It's just going to keep that right in position. And put a couple along the rails here, one above and one below. And you can see now that's just like in there solidly. Like that's not going to move at all. Obviously, even when it's open, I'm going to have it where it's actually closed. So I can just put this here, this here. I think you can definitely overdo it with the amount of blocks that you're going to have. I can't imagine myself needing the amount that I've actually ended up buying. So just bear in mind, but this now is in there solidly. That's going to have foam around it. I can then take my magazine. I can stick it there, potentially, where I've kind of got it next door. I can then grab maybe another one of these. I can just put that in place. So then my mag's secured in there and can't go anywhere. Sling, I could do the same thing with that. I could put this here. Then maybe I want to do a... maybe I want to put a second replica in here. So this is where I think you're going to kind of have to play a bit of like Tetris, like set your kit up the day before, which is kind of fun, you know. It's like, how am I going to rearrange my stuff to get it in there? But if I want to put maybe my little truck gun in here, you can just see how big this thing is when I kind of start doing these bits. But I could put that there and stick a nice bit there. I could maybe put this here. I've kind of just put this here because that's where that was, but I don't really need to. I could position that there. I could maybe leave the sling on this one. Actually, no, I'm going to take it off. Put this over here. So again, I think it's an investment. Like, it's a lot of money, but it is probably one of those things where when you buy it, you can use it for everything. And it is going to, I expect, it is going to do a good job of like actually like protecting your stuff. Like, I could put that there as well if I wanted to, but it takes a different mag, so I don't want to get those confused. Maybe let's go with a... I've also got these. So these are like angled ones. So these go like across. So if I'm thinking, you know, like I might want to do a little like hook into that zone, then that's there. And this thing, again, it's solid. Like, it doesn't need anything more than this. So yeah, so that's in. The other bits that I got are these, which are the Magpul DAKA bins. So if I've got like equipment, tools, if I've got different stuff that I want to not have like running loose inside, again, these have these like 4 attachment little areas. So I can just stick that in there. That holds it in place. And then I can say, right, I would like, I don't know what I've got here, but oh, I've got a couple of camera mounts. I'm going to stick my camera mounts in there. And then I've got that. I've got some repair tools that I need. I have a sling loop, so let's put that in there. But you've got one of these. You don't have to use them for all of it. I can just store these separately. I could also use these just to secure the replica in place if I wanted to. It's not going to be the same foam effect, but it is going to be, you know, it is going to do the job in a way. Put this here. What I want to do with this, I might do one of these here, just keep between them. Just want to make sure. So yeah, so I mean, like, it's kind of like a Tetris game. The other thing as well you can get are these, which are like straps. So I could actually, because there's gaps below here, you can just thread this through. I don't think it's necessary, like for me in this. Like, I think once this is closed with this foam on it, it's going to be fine. It's not going to need anything extra, but it does mean that you can, if you want to, like, bolt this in and secure it. Maybe if you're flying with it, if you're doing something like that. This case it's solid. Like, this has got air gaps between here. And if you took this on an airplane and this got smashed or hit, I mean, it's Magpul, so it's a very like reputable, well-known brand, but it definitely strikes me as like, this isn't going to break. It's not going to be, oh, how did I get my like things smashed so easily? Trying to think what else you guys want to know. I'm like, okay, I'll do a review of this product, but to be honest, most of this is very like, this is how it works, and you know, it's not exactly like needs that much explaining. It literally is like doing Lego, which is what kids like to do. Adults like doing that too, but it's what kids like to do for sure. So here then is the setup. And what I could do is, if I'm going to a game day, I'm just like, right, okay, cool. I'm going to a game day. I need 2 replicas. I can stack a load of my mags like alongside each other at the top there or down below here. I could put the hop adjuster. I could do whatever I need there. I then literally can just take this, close it up, make sure this is aligned. This is where, at the moment, this is a very new case, so I I'm like not wanting to break anything, but also like you can just force this closed if you want to. Right. So there I basically have my case done, ready to go. I can pick it up, and then this is where it has 2 wheels on the end there. So if I'm going in, I can just wheel it, take it where I need to go. Obviously you're picking it up and it's heavy, but storage, actually having your guns in it, like it's basically doing everything you need it to do. As I said, my one hold up on it would be like, right, how big is it? And do I want it to be that big? Would I go for something smaller? And I think probably just based on like how I play, I don't play with sniper rifles or long guns that much. I would probably go with the smaller version. So just be aware if you're thinking, I want to buy it, that is how big it is. The other thing obviously is cost, like it's expensive. So it's an investment. I haven't used it as much, just to give you a heads up, as I said at the start, like it's more an initial review, but the people that I know who have it absolutely love it. And so far, I can kind of see why. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I will see you very soon on the next video. If you have any questions about this product or anything else, just put them in the comments and I'll get to all of them. And have a great day. Goodbye.